through the sack to bring around third down.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up third down.
Here he goes, third and long. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. The Rams are set to punt.
Ethan Evans in punt formation for the Rams.
Looking to return from the 29. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40.
At their own 42-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. Off the play action. Here's Stroud. And this is lofted deep down the middle. This is caught inside the 15. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
The Texans don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. One after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. 2-2 Atwell, now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Atwell on the return. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's first and 10. Stafford forces that one, and it's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it up.
Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that passing, but throwing through the double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Throwing on third down, Stroud. The right side hauled in by Collins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Atwell now to return. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds.
At their own 21-yard line.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pin. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
And finds Adams downfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Rams reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. Nevis with a point after. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Rams 7.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, first and 10. They go play action with Stroud. Throw left side, caught by Bryant. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. 20 yards on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Stroud to throw on first down. Connects downfield, on target to Dell. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you throw in that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, Tom. He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Mixon again. And he's going to find the end zone this time. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
The Texans grow their early lead to 13. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Atwell now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Rams take over first and 10. At their own
First call here coming from the shotgun.
53, ready.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Sack down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On second down, they're running with Williams. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 21-7 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have it 3rd and 7. They fake the handoff now. Stafford has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
He finds Adams, complete. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Straight ahead with Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Stafford from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Ready. Red 80.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
250.
Trying for it with Stafford. Nacua here. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 60.
It's Stafford once more. Who's got it again? Touchdown, LA. The Rams make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Beavis now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Rams 48.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Space, left side ball, and he's off to the races. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 13-point lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Atwell now to return. And he's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And the Rams have the first down.
Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We're waiting.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Azeez Al-Shire has it.
Intercepted by the Texans. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. Shoves one away. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That play good for 17 and a first down.
1st down, Texans.
Shotgun now, first round. Taking a chance to the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it sets up 2nd down.
The 40-yard line.
Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down at that 17-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st down.
18. What's up?
From the red zone now. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 9-yard line.
Here's Stroud again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
Here we go.
The final throw before the break. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans piling it on going into halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Half's going to begin with a mix and run. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Well, once we saw them on the collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
It's mixed in on 2nd down. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down, they need 7.
Here we go. Ready?
To the air on 3rd and long. Both finding his back. Mixon. We got the football cross, but not the first. That's not just shy of the marker. 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards on the play.
Sujay.
Brings up 4th down.
They're going to go for this. It's Stroud. He's going to loft one deep to the left. It is caught at the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. You could feel the swell of excitement. Whenever they take a deep shot, it's only going to